This man beats his wife every single day, but afterward, he brings out flowers he prepared in advance, gets down on his knees, and begs his wife for forgiveness. The woman doesn't dare resist and can only helplessly accept it. Then he takes her hand and leads her into the bedroom. 3 minutes pass. Lisa ends up bruised all over, lying on the bed. Even so, early the next morning Lisa still has to make breakfast for her husband. If she's even 1 second late, she'll be beaten again. Then Lisa brings a glass of juice to her husband. Unexpectedly, the man immediately frowns because the glass isn't placed exactly in the center of the tray. Lisa is so scared she apologizes over and over. Fortunately, this time her husband doesn't hit her, but just as Lisa is about to leave, the man grabs her and feigns tenderness as he touches the scars on Lisa's face. Seeing her husband heading to work, Lisa hurries to kiss him. Only then is the man satisfied and leaves. But as soon as he's gone, Lisa can't hold back her tears. Then she secretly takes out hidden birth control pills and washes them down with strong liquor because she knows if she gets pregnant now, her life will become even more miserable. After that, Lisa locks herself in a small room because her husband forbids her from going out. Only in an enclosed space does she feel safe. But when she wakes up, it's already 7 p.m. She rushes out to prepare dinner, but the more hurried she is, the more mistakes she makes. Just then, the sound of the front door opening suddenly comes from outside. Seeing her husband walk in, Lisa freezes on the spot. Luckily, he doesn't hit her this time, but he has installed a surveillance camera at home, so he can monitor her every move anytime. After dinner, the man starts checking his wife's phone. Finding nothing suspicious, he gives her an exquisite necklace. Lisa dares not show the slightest neglect and can only accept it with a smile. But when he opens the cabinet, it's already filled with hundreds of pieces of jewelry, each one earned through a beating. One day, Lisa tries to call the police, but she happens to run into her husband's sister, who is a cop. Lisa worries the truth will be exposed and tries to leave the scene quickly. In her rush, papers scatter all over the floor. When Anna picks up the report, she realizes it's a domestic violence complaint. Realizing the danger, she immediately runs after Lisa and tells her that 99% of domestic violence cases are hard for the police to handle, and they'll ultimately suggest settling it privately. From then on, Lisa completely loses her last hope. In the days that follow, Lisa serves her husband with extreme caution. But one day, the man opens the fridge and finds that the kimchi he loves most is gone. The next day, Lisa's face has fresh bruises again. That day, while preparing lunch, her phone suddenly rings. Seeing it's her best friend calling, she chooses not to answer because she doesn't want anyone to see how miserable she looks. Who would have thought the doorbell would ring the next second? Seeing her best friend standing outside, Lisa simply doesn't have the courage to face her and pretends no one is home. But 2 hours later, when she goes out to get a package, she sees her best friend is still there. Unexpectedly, the best friend knows the keypad code and lets herself in. Seeing Lisa's face covered in bruises, her best friend immediately wants to confront her husband. But the room is full of surveillance cameras, and Lisa fears her husband will find out. So she quickly pulls her best friend into the small room. Seeing how terrible her life is, her best friend is shocked, but Lisa begs her not to cause trouble. When the man gets home that evening, he starts looking around nervously, which startles Lisa into freezing in place. Only when her husband falls into a deep sleep does she quietly get out of bed and sneak into the room to send a message to her best friend. Looking at a photo of them from their school days, a long-lost smile appears on her face. Then she immediately deletes the message because her husband doesn't allow her to contact anyone. The next evening, the man takes Lisa to an art exhibition hosted by the chairman of 5-Star Group. Because the man needs a favor from him, he deliberately acts like a loving couple to build his public image. But while her husband is talking business with someone else, Lisa purposely walks up to the chairman and says her paintings are so ugly she shouldn't even hold an exhibition. The chairman's face darkens instantly. The husband realizes something's wrong and rushes over to apologize. But in the scuffle, Lisa knocks over a nearby wine table. The chairman is thoroughly embarrassed in front of everyone, knowing he's in big trouble. The man grabs his wife and leaves right away. As soon as they're in the car, the man tells Lisa to unbuckle her seatbelt and puts the convertible top down. Then he floors the gas and speeds off, swerving recklessly through the streets. Not wearing a seatbelt, Lisa is thrown around and injured all over. Back home, after a brutal beating, she can no longer endure this hellish life. Luckily, her best friend shows up in time and pulls Lisa back from the balcony. After her best friend's earnest persuasion, Lisa decides to take revenge on her husband.